International Women's Day. Obaseki don salute women, come condemn the Edo Assembly crisis for lack of women representation. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki don on March 8 condemn the calamity wey hit the State House of Assembly to the lack of women representation for the House. He yarn this one for the event wey shele for Government House Benin City to sign this year International Women's Day. Obaseki come say him only regret till today na say him no work hard enough during the last national elections wey produce members for our State House of Assembly to produce women too. But now he don learn him lesson, and this election make women ready. He go campaign so that plenty women go enter our State House of Assembly.
About a week ago, I issued a statement where I said that the National Assembly missed a golden opportunity to redesign Nigeria's political landscape when it rejected 5 bills seeking to include women in politics and governance. What a mistake. Today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, which is the day which has been set aside globally to highlight the contributions of women in our communities and societies, in Edo State, we are clear. We have seen how women have contributed to making major difference in our lives. If we say we want to make Edo great again, then the women must be in the forefront. And we have seen how they have started and what they have done to date. We will not have Edo best today if not for a woman. So, whether it's in education, is in healthcare, is in infrastructure, in social services, and in politics, our women have been at the vanguard of change. I speak very confidently because I enjoy very likely the dedication and diligence of the team of women who I have been working with in my cabinet. Ours has been a very healthy mix, strategically positioned to drive governance to deliver on its promise to bring about the Edo of our dream, which is captured in our theme, Alawudao. My only regrets to date is that I did not work hard enough during the last national elections that produced members of the Edo State House of Assembly to bring women into the House of Assembly. You all know the constraints I had. You all know the situation under which we conducted those elections. And you can see the crisis we have in our House of Assembly was possible, was exacerbated because you did not have a woman there.
He can continue and say, today's celebration for day in grand style is to say the National Assembly no reject the plea where they seek women today involved for politics and other areas for the society.
Our celebration in Nigeria would have been an epic one if the distinguished members of the National Assembly had set aside all unfounded misgivings and bias to justify their refusal to constructively debate and approve the bills to alter the provisions of our Constitution to provide affirmative action for women in our political administration and other related matters. If they had done the right thing, today we have all rolled out the drums to celebrate them for such a resolute display of progressive change. Unfortunately, they failed us. If only leaders understand and appreciate the candor, the empathy, the exceptional competence and leadership ability of women, there will be no conversation about giving women the opportunities and responsibilities for governance.
Number one lady for Edo, Mrs. Betsy Obaseki, where the wife of Deputy Governor Mrs. MaryAnn Shaibu represent, come rebuke the National Assembly where them not take give approval for the 5 gender bills.
Globally, this day is set aside to highlight the contribution of women to societal development, as well as highlight an age-long parochial barriers that society has sustained that continues to limit the women folk. The conceptualization by the United Nations for this date is worth commending, as it reveals hope in seemingly dark horizon for women emancipation, gender equity, and parity. Let me start by drawing our attention to the global theme for this year's celebration, which is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. It recognizes the contribution of women and girls who are leading the change in various aspects of human endeavor to build a more sustainable future for all. It highlights the substantial contributions of women and girls in pushing the frontiers of positive change, even in the midst of chaos and uncertainties. This is noteworthy, considering how tilted empowering opportunities in our world have been over the years, where traditionally, economically, politically, and socially, women are consciously and unconsciously relegated to the background, and where they brace the odds to create a niche for themselves and theirs. They are ill-labeled. Bridging the gender gap is our clarion call to sustain the campaign for the establishment of more institutions and the development of policy framework that will sustainably advance women's socio-economic empowerment, thereby enhancing their capacity to negotiate their way through the myriad of societal encumbrances in our collective quest to reach the height of our potentials as women, as well as contribute our quota in a holistic societal development. However, the truth hit us on Wednesday, 2nd of March, 2022, when in the month globally noted to be dedicated to the cause of women and girls, the National Assembly slammed us with their rejection of 5 bills. Very sad. Really, really sad. I implore women not to vote for any sitting senator. I swear, we shouldn't vote for any sitting senator currently seeking a re-election. If we all agree as women and say none of the sitting senator will be voted for, I swear things will turn around. Because they have only taken us 20 years backwards. If the whole 109, sweetheart, how many are they, would say no to 5 bills for women, and we are the ones who vote for them, it's a shame. Women in Nigeria, please don't vote for any sitting senator, except they turn around and tell us that they are changing that bill. We should say no. Don't mind the rice and whatever they will bring to you. Just say no to it, and we will not vote for them. We can't continue to sit and watch them do what they like to us. We cannot. It's not about talking, it's about action. Thank you, everyone. God bless the women. They rejected 5 bills seeking to include women in politics and governance. What can you do without the women? Bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, to provide affirmative action for women in political parties, administration, and for related matters, being the principal of them all. What have we asked for? Simple. That the National Assembly will do what other nations have done, such as Rwanda, and join those who are making legislations that promote gender equity and parity. We only asked that as a male-dominated National Assembly, show to the world that you see gender issues as a right issues, and that you are all gender sensitive, even though it seems male-dominated. We were hoping you would prove us wrong, that we mattered more than just another vote to you. Alas, we were right. We seem to be relevant when it is convenient for the men. This is not just thought-provoking, but it is revolutionary. So be assured that we now know who our he for she champions and advocates truly are. We are resolute as Nigerian women to rally them and around them for this revolution. We are certain that this road will not be easy, but with the resolve your actions has fueled, no price is too much to pay for this change. Your actions at the floor of the National Assembly speaks for itself, and we will take our destinies and that of our girls in our hands. It will be constructive, engaging, and I swear revolutionary, because we, the Nigerian women, are taking our power back, whether the men like it or not. The next election is going to be all about the women. To all our women across the nation, particularly my Edo women, my Excellency, the wife of the governor of Edo State is speaking. And you know when she speaks fire. It is that time to further strengthen our solidarity. Let us deploy our best hands and rally around them. She's trying to tell us to start preparing our women for the House of Assembly. That's what she's saying. We can no longer have a male-dominated House of Assembly. No way to that. I'm glad our governor is here, who is very gender-friendly. And I'm happy the party chairman is also here. Let us leave petty grievances behind. Let us begin to build capacity from the grassroots as ladders to help each other climb to the top. Let us stop bringing ourselves down. Let us begin to see that women, one woman gets there, irrespective of her ethnic group. As a woman, she's our project. This way, we will not only right this wrong, we will show to our girls that the future of their dream is in their collective choices. Together, women, let us bridge the gap. Let us take our power back. Happy International Women's Day.
The Commissioner for Social Development and Gender Issues, MaryAnn Shaibu, come praise Obaseki and the Edo State House of Assembly for the help for women with the Violence Against Persons Prohibition verb confirm.
It's an awesome privilege to welcome us all to the 2022 International Women's Day celebration. Today is a day set aside by the United Nations to acknowledge our existence as women, who we are, to celebrate our economic, political, and social achievements in a difficult world, to assess where we are, and to design a roadmap for the future. It is important to note that in some countries, such as Angola, Belarus, Germany, the day is marked by a national holiday, while in others, including Nigeria, it is celebrated with a series of events involving stakeholders and running through the month of March. Edo State government has joined the world over the years in this celebration. So we seek a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. A world that is diverse, equitable, and inclusive. A world where difference is valued and celebrated. In Nigeria, we are aware about the efforts that have been made by various stakeholders in the country and in diaspora to bridge the gender gap, especially in the political sphere, and to eliminate the cultural barriers discrimination against women, children, the poor households, and persons living with disability. But today, we are mourning, as we just witnessed the National Assembly members throw away the gender bill in the ongoing constitutional amendment. It's a sad development. Here in Edo, this is a tragedy for us as a people. It reflects the quality of our representation. It has been condemned by all persons of goodwill, because when we want to choose leaders during election, we are looking for who gave us money, who is your brother, not the content or character of the person you are choosing. When you choose a selfish representative, this is what we get. So women, shine your eye. Here in Edo State, His Excellency Mr. Godwin Obaseki, the governor, in a press release, condemned this act. It is hoped that while we celebrate ourselves today, we will spend more of our time to come up with a strategic plan on how to solve this problem. His Excellency's disposition and understanding is reflected in his appointments and tendencies. In conjunction with the Edo State House of Assembly, the Violence Prohibition Law 2021 was speedily passed and assented to. Like I stated above, in the wake of the news that the gender bills sent to the National Assembly were thrown out, His Excellency was one of the first leaders to release a press statement to condemn such insensitive acts. And he's ready to assist all the way to fight against this most unprogressive act. Furthermore, we are all witnesses to the number and quality of women appointed to his cabinet, and how much value he attaches to their contribution to the good governance in Edo State. On this special day, we salute Your Excellency and his great team.
The Ogbonge people wait under for this event now representative for Edo State #1 lady and wife of the Deputy Governor, Mrs. MaryAnn Shaibu, Edo State Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, Governor Godwin Obaseki, Edo State Coordinator GIZ PME Program, Eshosa Okuku, and Secretary to the State Government, Osarojon Ogie Esquire. Ebo Sereme Obinome, TMC TV News.